I'm saying this on a separate post so you guys can hear it. So this was the one thing, because this is like a Johns Hopkins University. This is not like a regular university. And what they basically talk with us about is this is a reality where you're gonna have to like somebody even if you don't like somebody to be successful. And when I was there, people laughed at it. They're like, oh no, we could just buy friends. We could just, and he's like, but they're like, it doesn't work like that. So an example of this is I could post something on my Facebook page, a whole bunch of posts. But you may not like anything that I have to say. But you're gonna see me at some point in time, not saying in charge, but you own that specific thing, or you're around, or you're credible or something. And they just wanted us to realize, and they forced everyone at my school, we don't care what you say. Go out and meet this person. Don't listen to anybody. Go out and talk, find out about them, and be nice to them. And it's crazy, when as a football player, and I probably should have stayed around the football player more, I told them, I said, what's interesting, right? First time in our life, I've known some of you before getting here, which was cool, by the way. I knew who some of you guys were before I came to school because of a visit, because you saw me, right? And now that we're adults and we're being treated like adults, now you're seeing how lied to we were about life. But more importantly, you're seeing how there's an immediate repercussion at this university for not being kind to somebody. This is like one of the only instances where I was showing them, you see how you want to say these things to this person right here? He won the state championship. This guy here went to Johns Hopkins. You can say whatever you want to say, but can't you see there's immediate repercussion for doing that? Or doing that to that person? Like, this person's smart. It was, and I'm not speaking for Princeton or anybody, but this was like, even the slightest argument towards, like I said, it's like my brother and sister. Even the slightest, my point was, you need to give people first impression at this university. Oh, we can do it. Okay, the people that are not, what am I talking about? The people that, let's say the other schools, right? They can do it. This is one of those universities, you really can't do that. Oh, well, we just do all this stuff. But my point is if for employment purposes, you want to be faithful. And for the next generation purposes, they're going to hold us to the things can't you see that? Like how they were like, it's almost like I want to say, I didn't win the national championship, but can't you see before you, there were a lot of people that like, Coach, we didn't do those things. Can't you see that? Like, they're going to hold us to the things that we do and say, or how we treated people. Like, that's his brother, or that's his sister. That's her older sister. Got 6 kids. They all went to school here. Like, stuff like that. The school's been around since 1886. There's a lot of people here probably, or by now. Not a lot of people, I'm saying, like, eventually it's going to look like a lot of people. So how you treat them is how you would treat, I'm just in general. And again, it was the repercussions. As a football player, I'm like, you see how you go out to that party and those things happen. Just like with the whole thing with Vigor High School. You see how when you don't listen to someone, you see how there's a repercussion. You want to do it, but see how it's immediate here? Oh, and the last part was, people, in contrast, thinking that they can buy friendship or buy their way into a certain class or buy their way into certain things, like the concept of a first impression.